Alright, I have a big apology to make. Yesterday, I screwed up by leaving our notepad up on the screen basically the entire day. I brought it up to have a look at the corner cases, and I forgot to hide it. So it just sat there taking up the left side of the day, left side of the screen the whole day there, and that's very unfortunate. I'm sure it was very annoying. I might take the tomb just because I know there's something to be solved there. And then I'm going to open this one, and if it's a corridor, I'll take that. Ooh, the laboratory, the mailroom. Oh boy, mailroom time. Let's do some reading. Yes. Also, collecting of lots of equipment. Yeah, it is the same equipment every time. That's really nice. Because I'm happy to see all of these. I'll say the metal detector. It's good, it's good. It finds us a lot of keys. The individual coins kind of annoy me. I kind of wish you could just turn off finding individual coins with that metal detector. Holy! Holy! The letters just keep going. So we had 2 before we did that experiment yesterday in real life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We found 14 letters. There's a lot of reading to be done here. All right, Simon. Oh, 9 and 3. Hold on, hold on. Okay, there's stuff in the top, and there's a stamp. Oh, I need a magnifying glass. I guess we can return to the mailroom with magnifying glass anytime. These will stay here. Simon, not sure if you paid too much attention to the machine in the booth in the lab, but I figured I could save you some frustration if you've been fooling with it. That's what I need. This contraption is the central control for power lines that run externally from the house. Oh my goodness, I kept saying there was something suspicious about those power lines. I knew it. I didn't realize that's what the laboratory would be for. That surprises me, but wow. I thought it was going to have something to do with the boiler room and like the furnace or something like that. In the past, we've served as an emergency power source for the local community, as we have modest hydroelectric capabilities with a steam turbine. If you want to use it, you'll need to first turn on the turbine in the boiler room and utilize our steam ducts to connect the turbine to the lab. This isn't required, of course, and I can't think of any reason in which you'd have to use the boiler to reach room 46. But feel free to play around with it should you feel inclined to experiment. 9-3. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is so darn good. I can't explain how happy I am that there's like proper explanation for this now. I felt so stupid for not being able to figure out the machine. Simon, in case it's useful to you, here's who writes yeah like that. Here's a rough diagram of the steam duct system. Due to the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we ended up building the duct system to be quite flexible. And if you look along the ceilings in many rooms, you will find many of them have been outfitted with steam ducts. As long as you align these rooms together in an uninterrupted string, power can be transferred from room to room even if the boiler room and its intended destination are on opposite sides of the house. We did know this one already. That's good. Simon, let me know if I'm writing to you too much. No, keep writing to us, please. I've never been too good at gauging where the line of impropriety is, and for all I know, maybe the help I'm offering you with these letters is unwanted. Maybe you are perfectly fine without my help. It's been a bit of a moral quandary for me as I've written these, as I'm fairly certain your uncle didn't want us to assist you on your quest. Yeah, he explicitly made you guys leave the place so that you wouldn't assist us. Still, if it was that important, I have to believe he'd have the foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Nothing ever deterred him from that level of supervision in the past, and after working alongside him for over a decade, I like to at least imagine that we were friends and that I knew him well. In conclusion, I think he would have found the level of help I have offered well within the acceptable range. I haven't spoken too much about him since his departure, and I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. He was a fearless businessman with the greatest respect for invention. Of all the laboratories I've worked in, I can tell you that Mount Holly was a gem. And I'm hoping that we can continue all that work that once you've taken up the reins. But I won't get ahead of myself. You still have to find the 46th room. Lies! I have found it. You should be back at work here, Randolph. You could be telling me this in person. Dear Simon, after giving it some thought, I've decided I'm going to continue helping you. Just for context, by the way, he sent all these letters within like an hour. After giving it some thought, I've decided I'm going to continue helping you. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance. So let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I have never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed or where they have moved to, save one, which I was instructed to remove myself. Assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory, hidden within the lens compartment of the telescope therein. What? If there was a reason behind the removal of these floor plans from the drafting studio, hopefully this will serve as the first illuminating step towards finding out why. Okay, so we can adjust the telescope. We just have to adjust it downwards to look in the other side, I guess. What? This game's amazing. Hey Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycard security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house that was designed by Kirk Darren and myself, and by the way, there was a note saying that Kirk Darren is a pseudonym, but I think it might have been a lie. And myself, and were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff who had somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. We're still not 100% sure how he got past the antechamber seals, but it was clear that after that episode that not every member of the staff should have unchecked access to the higher ranks of the estate. Oh. So, that ransom note we found in room 46 was actually to our uncle. It's just been there a long time. Interesting. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I have found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing keycards to only the most trusted members of the senior staff. I also just realized there was a message in the garage, I think it was, about the last payment being made and delivery and stuff like that. That must have been the ransom. So the driver was somehow involved. If you find the security doors become an annoyance while you're attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower their frequency from the security terminal, and there's even a nifty trick to unlock them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with the security settings. Yes, commonplace, standard, unusual, and rare. Why is it showing us these dots? I think we've seen these when we're drafting rooms sometimes. It'll show the dots above. Maybe that's when you're going through a security door. So this is just telling us the rarity of the room that we're drafting. Okay, we do know this. Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam power duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power, which is an outdated system that currently is only utilized outside the house and locations on the grounds. So there you go. I hope this helps. We have enabled all of those. We're good. Simon, just in case it wasn't explicit in the emails, I decided to contact DC Power directly and get some additional usage instructions for the VAC system they installed. DC Power directly. Okay. This information is actually as much for me as it is for you, as I often spend 10 minutes in the utility closet just pressing random buttons until coming up with the desired result, but I rarely understand exactly how it is I get there. I do know now. After half an hour on hold, I finally got to speak to the technician who personally designed the system and compiled a list of helpful operating instructions. I'll add that material on a separate sheet I'll include with this letter. As always, I hope this helps you, Randolph. If 5 of the 6 indicator lights are the same color, pressing the 6th indicator will always sync it up with the other 5. If all 6 are green, pressing any of them will result in the appearance of blue. If 6 are purple, we get a white. Pressing a blue indicator will turn it off and flip both of its neighbors to blue. We did know this stuff. We're good. Thank you. It's nice that there's multiple ways to find the information, though. Greetings, Simon. Hope all is going well on the estate. I was discussing my communication with you with another fellow technician, Kimberly Thompson. This guy had a super busy morning or evening or whenever it was that he sent us all these letters. And she suggested I disclose to you the locations of the drafting strategy issues she's personally found on the estate. We have read all of them now. The above list is according to her, so I can't personally vouch that these are accurate. Simon, if I'm going to be mentioning members of the staff, perhaps I should give you a brief introduction. Holy cow! This is actually really helpful information, I think. Mrs. Ann Babbage, house manager, my boss. We had figured that out. Kirk Darren, head of security. I had not figured that out. Randolph Moore, lead lab technician, network admin, humble author of these letters. Kimberly Thompson, lab assistant and helpful sidekick. She did leave a note here about not being able to find the room. Chef de Camp, head of kitchen, maker of tasty meals. I don't know if we've heard of Chef de Camp at all. Hartley Rhoda, the Baron's personal valet. He's retiring forced by the Baron. Christoph, the chauffeur. I'm not sure if that's the chauffeur who did bad stuff. Oh yeah, it is, because I think she said, Christoph, your absence is 3 times this month or something like that. And Robert Nogula, the new groundskeeper. The old groundskeeper was fired because he was just not good at his job. Might have been doing something bad as well. Oh, he was spending his time looking for room 46. So maybe he was involved in the whole hijink as well. There are a handful of other names among the various live-out and seasonal service staff, but due to their infrequent mention, I thought it best to omit them from this cursory introduction. By the way, I think it was Randolph, network admin. Randolph has a password, RANDM or RANDOM, because he sent a message. To Hartley saying you have a temporary password. I think it's the four first letters of your first name and the first letter of your last name. And then I can't remember if, I don't know if it was on the same thing. No, it wasn't on the same thing. But somewhere else there was something about there being an admin password. And Randolph was the one who set it up for himself, I guess. So R-A-N-D Moore. We might try that if we get access to a terminal. Although we tried the Hartley one and that didn't work, so I'm not sure. Another successful experiment, another letter. You have certainly been keeping yourself busy. As I've spent the last few days racking my brains trying to come up with new clues for you, I'm reminded of your mother's aptly named book, A New Clue, and how fiendishly she hid the clues for her readers within its pages. Don't worry, I won't be hiding my clues for you in imagery or requiring you to comb the text with a magnifying glass. The truth is I'm not nearly as clever or creative as she was. Comb the text? We combed the images. I don't know if we combed the text with a magnifying glass. The best I could muster trying to be creative and mysterious would be something like break the bricks in the weight room with something that has a handle and is very heavy. Oh, okay, so we can break a wall in there. That makes sense. I am afraid that in spite of my best efforts, the result is not quite cryptic and even less mysterious. I suppose I'll leave the riddles to your great uncle and his niece. Dear Simon, as I've been running out of ideas of my own, yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on, and to my surprise he gave me an envelope and directed me to include it in my next correspondence to you. I did not ask him what it contained, so I'll be very curious to hear from you after this is all over and find out whether or not it was of any use. Until next time, Randolph. Unused memos. Ooh, here we go. Alright, safe code 4368. It's not a red memo, so it must be a lie. The numbers 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of safes on the estate. Alright. And this is not a lie. This is big. This is a lie, presumably, but I'll still take a screenshot of it. Safe code D8. Ooh. There is a safe on rank 10. Oh, really? Okay, in the room 46 then. The numbers 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of safes on the estate. Which means all of the others do? I mean, it doesn't mean that all of the others do, but maybe it does. Simon, I can't think of any reason you'd need to access the server administrator controls before I return, but your father has mentioned your interest in computers, so I have a feeling you may be a bit more hands-on than your great uncle. You'll find the admin... Oh, here we go. Here we go, the grotto. You'll find the admin terminal in Blackbridge Grotto, a small cavern sealed, much like the story, off of the East Drive. I believe I've previously explained how to restore power to the grotto in one of my earlier letters. However, keep in mind that accessing the terminal requires an admin key. Unfortunately, I won't be able to set one up for you until I return, but your admin key will eventually be Joan S. First 4 letters of your family name. Oh, I had it backwards. I think I put the first 4 letters of Hart. Oh, or if you prefer, we could use a pseudonym. I'm sure we'll discuss it in greater detail when I return. It was the first 4 letters of the last name, not the first name. So let's try the Hartley one at the terminal when we get access. I messed that up. Simon, if you do end up... Oh, hold on. I'm going to take a picture of that for sure. If you do end up accessing the admin controls in Blackbridge Grotto, I'm sure you noticed the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. I haven't been there yet. As you likely have already concluded for yourself, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted on in the central pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you and have left one of the microchips in the grotto for ready access. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. A new clue? The book? Ah. Okay. Simon, I'm honestly very impressed with the number of experiments you've been successful in executing. I certainly wasn't expecting to write this many letters when I started our correspondence. It's one-way correspondence. Frankly, I'm not quite sure what other advice I can offer in the blind without knowing directly what the challenges are you currently face on the estate. For all I know, you've long since reached room 46 and are just continuing your unaccompanied exploration stag, happy and free of the maids and staff crowding the halls and getting in your way. I can't say I blame you, and I'm quite sure the other members of the household are quite enjoying their extended vacation. Speaking strictly for myself, however, I cannot wait to get back and begin working with you directly. Helping you through these letters has only whetted my imagination, and to be candid, our collaboration in this correspondence has reminded me so much of working with Mary. I know she's proud of you. Until the day I return, Randolph. Randolph is the man. What a great guy. What a great guy. I think that's probably the end of the correspondence. We're unlikely to see more letters. But holy cow, I have stamps from everywhere. He's really been traveling around a lot, I guess. Well, I guess the stamps don't have to be from a certain place. It's not a postcard. But what a guy. That is awesome. Let's open this door. The observatory. Well, we certainly have a reason to open the observatory here. I'm doing it. Oh, the hallway. Hang on. I don't have a sledgehammer. So let's open the observatory. And first I'll peer out through the telescope. Oh my goodness. There's just so many constellations. The twins, a pair of chests. We got some diamonds. We got a key, the farmer's apple. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Now, I think... Why is our metal detector going there? We need to turn this sideways? Oh, it goes downwards. I can't. Okay, we have to turn it sideways. What is this beeping at me for? Oh, there's a key on the ground. Alright. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll lower it again. Does it turn all the way this way? I don't know. Okay, and was it 9 and 3, I think? There's, he gave us the numbers to do on that experiment. Oh, I can't look in here. Well, hold on. Now what? Okay, let's raise it a bit. Can we walk by now? No, we'd have to crawl under. Do we turn it all the way around the room, maybe? Interesting. Can I turn this? No. Well, I'm a little bit confused. If I try any further, it's gonna get stuck, right? Yep. So let's head on up. Can I lower it at that point? How does that help? I feel it has something to do with this upper spot. Maybe I can... I don't know. Can't go under. Or we can go under. Here's another idea. Maybe we can get on top of it. So if we turn it to the right, maybe a little bit more. And then we lower it. How does that help? Ooh, hold on. Probably need to open that thing there. Can I walk under it now? Ooh, not quite, not quite. Let's open it up again. Oh wait, no, that's easy actually. Hold on. I just have to bring it up to this level and then rotate it so it's close to the platform. That's all it is. Duh. Wow. So there are random blueprints hidden throughout. Interesting. There we are. The planetarium. If you call it a day in the planetarium, gain 2 constellation. That's kind of neat. Yeah, let's add it to our draft pool. We're going to add everything. Very cool. Let's just get it all back up in place and then rotate it around so we can get our constellations tomorrow. That is really neat. Oh man, how are we going to find the other ones that are hidden though? It said that Mrs. Babbage asked a lot of people to hide stuff. We're getting knocked around by the telescope. There we are. Woo-wee. Okay. All right, let's open this door. The pantry and the parlor. We want to do the pantry here for our corner goal. We got an apple. There you have it. 5 steps because of the farmer's apple. We didn't get an axe, unfortunately. But we did get a morning star, so we can use that to open those trunks in the front room. Very worth 8 money. And the torch. I don't think we need the torch. Oh, hold on. We have the tomb. Of course we want the torch. I forgot. Yes. We'll be able to figure that out. And I will obviously take the knight's shield. So if we come across the archive room, then we'll gladly use the shield on it. Oh, man. Well, let's go check out the tomb now or check it out later. We'll get some money. I don't particularly need the money, but doesn't hurt. Let's go find out what's in store. I'm pretty sure, well, there's 2 different areas we can light the candles. One of them, I'm pretty sure, opens a passageway to the reservoir. So that doesn't do anything special for us, other than being able to say that we did it. But the other one might have something cool. So here we go. Light that torch with the... or light the candles with the torch. The wall opens up. And we have an upgrade disc. Hopefully we can find a computer for it. And some dice. That's nice. Oh, what if these dice are here every day? That would be kind of neat. Alright, let's go around trying to light anything that's lightable. These regular old candles can't be lit. Also, I don't know what to do with the statues here either. Metal detector found some money on the counter. Wow, that's quite a bit. Do we really have that many dead end rooms? Huh. Can I light these? Oh, you cannot light these. That's a surprise. They looked special. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the statues here. Can't light these candles, even though this door looks pretty special. Maybe the statues are how we open the secret passageway. But I don't really know where to start with them. There was another area where the candles... There you go. Candles look special here. Ooh. Ooh. What is this? Can I get down the stairwell? Oh, no. Is this... Oh, it's not our mom. No. It's our grandma. Oh, and a puzzle box. Okay, not what I was expecting to find. Where's the metal detector leading me? What's this? Ooh, Lady Epson's diary key. We want to get to the ladyship's chamber. That's how we can open that book. There you go. Okay, cool, cool, cool. How are these candles still lit? I'm gonna dig I'm gonna dig a hole in her tomb. Got myself a turnip. Wow. We've got a puzzle box. This is Raja, I believe. Let me make sure I have the colors correct. If I look through our countries, or realms is what I called it. Realms, Raja, purple. Yep, got it. Nice. I don't know what the pink is. What happens when we click on the purple? Nothing. We click the pink, everything rotates. We click the purple, it swaps? Oh. Oh. Have I messed this up? Oh. I don't understand the rules here. Hang on. Huh. Okay, hold on. Let's restart. Basically, if we click this, it goes down. We click the pink, it rotates everything. So do we just want... if I do this and then push it, it goes down. And it goes down. There we go, got it. Alright, well, we solved the puzzle. I don't totally understand that, but that's okay. I mean, I guess that's all it was the click the purple pushes downwards. Oh my, I can't read this. Oh man, do we need to learn that language? I'm not... Oral Dagiris. Okay, this is very interesting. Maybe if we have a magnifying glass, maybe they wrote it in English behind there? I doubt it. Wow. Well, I did not think we were going to be finding anything like this down here. I thought we were going to be finding a secret passageway. Very neat. If we don't find her ladyship's chamber today, then do we get the key by coming down to the tomb again? How does that work? And I guess the secret passageway must be through here using the statues. How we use the statues, I really do not know. Here, let's do this one. The baker. We're just gonna do all of them. Let's run around. We did lower all of their arms before, but I don't know if I went and checked whether it had actually done anything. I probably had. Oh, let's do some digging as well. Oversized turnip. Yes. And okay. I'm missing some, aren't I? There's one. There's another. Oh, is it the order? I bet that's what it is. It's the order you put them down in, and the chapel has stained glass windows with numbers under them. Ah, okay. We can probably do this. I'm going to head up first. Yeah, let's get out of here. I'm going to reset all of these. Hang on. Put their arms back up. I'm sure it's an order thing. That would make sense. I may have previously taken pictures of the chapel. Surely I did. Okay, is that all of them? I think it is. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to have a look back through my screenshots. We may already have the info. Nope, never mind. Apparently, I did not screenshot the chapel at all. So we'll head on up. Let's go back there. So we have 5. 1. That's the farmer? Yeah. Is this... Oh yeah, there you go. 7. Is this each of the realms? I'm only just realizing. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think it is. That's the one we have to find the difference between that and the countries. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, upgrade disk. Also, we needed a computer terminal. That's nice. Forgot about it. Keycard system. Let's do this. Let's do an upgrade. What can we do? Enter. What room is it today? The cloister. Oh. I would like to upgrade this. Cloister Arena? Raise your luck with each green room you draft from this cloister. Oh. Gain 2 constellation for each room with an animal you draft from this cloister. And find an extra item in each bedroom you draft from this cloister. These are pretty cool. Cloister of Rena, Cloister of Daja, and Cloister of Mila. It changes the angel in the center. I kind of like... Well, hold on. I'm actually going to... Okay. Rena, Daja, and Mila. I feel like knowing those names might be important. Raise your luck with each green room you draft from this cloister. Green rooms are generally better along the sides of the building, and the cloister is generally better in the center of the building. So we're not likely to be drafting many green rooms around a cloister, right? Cloister of Daija, constellation for each room with an animal? I don't even know how many of those there are. There's the dove one, there's the kennel. Is that it, actually? 2 constellations also not amazing. An extra item for each bedroom is pretty good. Raise your luck with each green room. I am curious about the luck, though. What could that apply to? Finding items, I would think. Winning in the casino, I guess. What other luck things are there? Maybe rarity of rooms? Actually, you know what? Let's take the Cloister of Rena. That's what the groundskeeper wanted anyways. There you go. Interesting. Now, heading northward. Let's do that. Probably find a 4-door room. Oh, the Chamber of Mirrors. Ooh. Do we put this down here? Ooh, this is a tough one, isn't it? Because to get around to the top side is a bit of a challenge. I'm getting deja vu. I feel like we've done this before and then gotten stuck. Even a couple days ago we did it over on this side. But even on this side, I think we did the Chamber of Mirrors here. Okay, and we hope that we can get through that security door in the cloister. If not, we have the secret passage. We can go northwards and stuff. I'll open this. May as well. And then turn around. Let's eat this. Oh, the antechamber's open. Look at that. We'll have dinner. 93 steps. We can go check out our antechamber. And, oh, with these extra steps, it might be worth going back to the foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to the foundation. Run through the whole sanctum thing. Unlock the north room door of the antechamber so that we can get the blue crown, which helps against red rooms. There we have it, the crown of the blueprints. The former ruby crown of Orinda Ares, recently set with freshly cut sapphires. The first time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, gain 1 gem and redraw the floor plans. You may remove it from today's draft pool. Okay, so that's not quite what I was looking for, but it helps if we find the lavatory or something along those lines. Pretty handy. Sinclair, Epson, Jones, and Marigold. Jones being me. Alrighty. Well, it did cost us some steps to do that. Hopefully it ends up being worth it. I'm not sure whether it will, really. And we can even open the other side of the antechamber, which could even be useful. Hold on. We can draft from the other side. Oh, this is perfect. Amazing. So if we don't manage to draft up through the dark room, we can go from above. Hey, hey, hey. Old tin can. Looks like the laboratory is not going to be making an appearance today. At least not connected to the boiler. That's okay. No lockpick. The foyer. Alright, we'll open this. There you have it. And that actually gives us access to an orange. Nice. And we also get access to this without needing a keycard, although checking with the keycard might be more useful. I don't really know what the rules are around that. Oh, this is locked. Ah, it's unlocked with the lockpick. The passageway, the archives, and the furnace. I don't want any of these. Oh no. Oh no, I really don't want any of these. This is bad. Removed from today's pool. But it could be useful later on. Yikes, I don't want the furnace. You're more likely to draw red rooms is so bad when we have a chamber of mirrors down. Okay, we're gonna do the remove from today's pool and re-roll. I feel the need. The nook, the drafting studio, and the rotunda, these are not what I wanted either. We'll take the nook for the key, I guess. Ah, that's unfortunate. That is too bad. We were really hoping for the utility closet because then we could turn on the lights in the dark room and hopefully find her ladyship's chamber. And we'll pick up the basement key because we can. Oh, maybe that was a mistake because we might be able to buy the moon pendant. Basement key here? Oh, it doesn't fit. I can't lockpick this door, but we have the keys. The trophy room, the attic, and the hallway with a locked trunk. We're going to do the hallway with a locked trunk. Trophy room obviously gets us a lot of gems, which is nice for free. But I'd like to be able to go down from this side to the Chamber of Mirrors. Let's do that. And a locked trunk. What could that have? I guess gems, keys, coins. Coins it is. And here we go. We now have 3 doors out of the mirrored... Ooh. Ooh. This opens 2 doors? Wow. There you go. Opening everything. So we have a lot of access from that doorway over there. We have tons of steps thanks to these 12-step oranges. Wow. Oh wait, and we can walk through here. Ooh. No way. What is this? Oh my goodness. So we want to lower the walls that we've raised. Hang on, can I click this? No. How does this work? I can't go through that door. What the? What is happening here? If I click this, I go back down, right? Am I going down or is the whole... No, I'm going down. Or is the whole house... No. It's not the whole house sinking into the ground. What do I do with this? Ooh. Can I open this? Oh! Bedroom closet, 2 items. 2 extra items have drafted to join to bedroom. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Would you like to permanently add an additional bedroom closet to your drafting pool? That's kind of cool. Sure, why not? Hold on. The West Wing Hall, you found a duplicate copy. Okay. Does this happen every time we come in here? No, there's no way. So I want to lower a couple... Oh, it's a key? Maybe it does. Okay, the Chamber of Mirrors is amazing. I don't know if that was good, though. I think I just made my draft pool worse. But we should be able to, in theory, go around... Actually, if I lower a couple of windows... Not that one. Raise that again. There you go. That one's lowered. I think that was the one we didn't get to. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Just a few keys. Or coins. Well, that is really cool. I don't know if that's all there is, though, because like, look at this button up here. It makes me wonder. Can I get up here and click on it? No. That's so neat. All right. Well, we found some hidden blueprints, that's for sure. Okay, let's head on through this corner closet. Conservatory. That's pretty good. And then we'll be heading south, so maybe we can get the leadership's chambers from this room. May as well dig. Alright, what does the conservatory have for us today? Her ladyship's chamber. I'm gonna make it commonplace. Hey, there you go. That was well timed. The utility closet. Commonplace, because we often need it. The guest bedroom. I'm going to make this pretty rare because I don't generally need it. It's a dead end and all that stuff. The leadership's chamber is also dead end, but it's a more useful one, I think. The utility closet being common is a good idea for, yeah, it's a good idea for the security stuff. So now we should, in theory, have an easy pick for the leadership's chamber. Okay? Yeah. That is so good. What a combo. What a combo. I didn't think that one was going to happen. Pick the conservatory, pick the leadership's chamber. And now we get to read her diary, which is normally not a good thing. Oh, that spyglass telescope. Gain an additional effect of each constellation observed in the observatory. I forgot about that. The existence of that item. Is this the only place we've found it? I think we found it somewhere else before. Maybe not. Alright, diary is unlocked. Her ladyship's sleep diary. My dear diary, this is from 1979. After countless sleepless nights and failed home remedies, my physician has urged me to document my sleeping routines in the various bedrooms of our estate. It is his hope that by tracking the caliber and length of my sleep in each room, together we may come to a deeper understanding of my condition and perhaps, with luck, find a more favorable environment in which I might finally find some amount of rest. Clara. The various bedrooms in our estate. Okay. My dear diary, to begin, I thought it best to start with my own room, despite already knowing how unsuitable it has been for my sleep of late. Perhaps it is all the old memories that linger here, as it is impossible not to think of home among so many mementos of my youth. Nonetheless, I feel confident. I find comfort in gazing at the stars before dozing off, and it pains me to consider that if this trial is successful, it may be one of the final occasions that I sleep here. My room. Sleep duration, 2.5 hours. Ouch. Quality, peaceful despite brevity. Observable effects. I woke the following morning with 10 fewer steps, but also observed an additional star in the sky. The dearest diary, last night I retired to the guest room as I have yet to gain the courage to ask anyone to surrender their room to me, even for a night. This bedroom is a cozy space, normally reserved for guests staying for the weekend, however. However, I found, despite having a choice between 2 beds, that neither proved to be very comfortable. I must speak with Herbert about this, as our guests deserve at the very least as much comfort in their stay as we have. Guest bedroom, sleep duration 4 hours, quality very fragmented, observable effects, nothing special. My dear diary, it was strange to sleep in the childhood room of my late husband. Of my late husband. Oh, right, yeah, okay. The room, this would be Simon's wife. The room was just as I had imagined it from the stories he told me of growing up with an older brother. Herbert informed me that the room has remained untouched, almost identical to when they both occupied it. To avoid any accidents, I slept in the bottom bunk, as climbing ladders is not as easy as it used to be. Despite my exhaustion, my thoughts of Simon kept me up throughout most of the night. Bunk room sleep duration twice the usual, quality 2 times as restless. Observable effects, the next morning I went to the family tomb to visit his grave, and was surprised to find a flower already laid. I could not bring myself to ask Hartley directly if I could borrow his room for my sleep study. The mere thought of it was mortifying. Instead, I decided to roll the die, as he often puts it, and wait for his night off to sneak into his room to nap. The experience of sleeping in a servant's room was thrilling, but the fear of getting caught was overwhelming. Every little noise startled me, and I couldn't manage to sleep for more than a few moments, fearing Hartley would return at any time. Sleep duration, perhaps 1 hour. Quality, terrible. Effects, about half the steps the following day. I also discovered a stray die had found its way into my pocket, which was hardly shocking given Hartley's history. So Hartley's a bit of a gambler. That's interesting. My dear diary, I have to confess that I was initially hesitant to spend the night in the Baron's room. It's extravagantly showy, with every surface adorned with gold and every piece of furniture so large it seems almost comical. But as I lay down on the enormous bed, I was surprised to find that I felt entirely at ease. Even the absurdly oversized pillows were somehow comfortable, propping me up just right so that I didn't feel any strain in my neck or back. I slept more soundly here than I have in weeks, and I woke up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in what feels like forever. Sleep duration 8 whole hours, quality the best in many months. Observable effects, I awoke feeling very refreshed with more energy and more steps than normal. So at this point, the master bedroom would belong to Herbert, right? And Clara's husband Simon has died? Interesting. As fate would have it, just as I had begun to make progress in my quest of slumber, a most joyous event has interrupted my progress. My beloved daughter has given birth to a son, and has requested my presence in town to assist her during this exciting but demanding time. For now, I shall take my leave of the bedrooms of Mount Holly, but I am certain, dear diary, that one day I shall return. Lady Clara Epson, grandmother. Oh. What is this? That's the bridge to the outer room. Okay. But it shows doorways. Ooh. Okay. Does this mean we've unlocked a new room? What is that about? There's Simon, there's Clara. So hold on. Was there anything about like 2.5 hours, 4 hours, twice the usual? Are these things relevant for something? They feel like numbers that we need to enter somewhere. 8. 1. Is this a safe? So we have 2.5. 4. Twice as many as usual. Which is usually 2, so that'd be 4. So 2, 4, 4, 1, 8. 2, 4, 4, 1, 8. Let's try that on some safes. Hang on, I'm gonna make a note of that here. Not the realm stuff. What's this? Oh, this is the let's do that. So this is the clock tower. And then we'll go, oopsie daisy. I will say safe stuff. And maybe 2, what was it? 2, 4, 4, 1, 8? 4, 4, 1, 8. Okay. And the quality, 2 times the restless, very fragmented, not much to learn there. Observable effects, nothing special. Oh, hold on. 10 less steps. Nothing special. Visit a grave, 1 flower. Half the following steps. More steps than normal. Okay, well, I think that's something to try anyways. I don't know if that is what they base the safe codes on, though. How well did her ladyship sleep? Oh, she slept this well on these nights. Well, okay, let's set the safes to match that then. I don't know. Video game logic, maybe a thing, though. And here we go. Dark room, can't see what we're doing. Special keys, basement key, nope. Lockpick, nope. Key, yep. We have enough keys. Removed from today's pool. Wait, you can do this multiple times? Oh. The first time you see a red room. I can just continuously remove the red rooms. Whoa. Alright, I don't know what we're removing, but let's do it. Gem requirement of 1. It's probably a good room. What are we even aiming for? I'm not sure. Okay, we got a greenhouse. Oh, I guess I was aiming for the workroom. There's a sledgehammer. We didn't need it. Yeah, I wanted the workroom so that we could potentially make the hammer that knocks down the brick walls. Because we do have a brick wall to knock down here in the greenhouse. Telescope doesn't do anything for us, does it? I can't remember what we got from the observatory today. Yeah, let's go find out. Why not? We've got the steps to do so. That was an interesting day. We've got a very neat layout. Oh. Okay, hold on. Why are coins being added to the conference room here? What is causing that? Also, there's a lot of money in the tomb. I think what we'll do, go to the entrance hall. We'll go to the tomb as well. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So here we are. We've got our different angels in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to run along through the tomb and try to do the angel stuff in order there. And hopefully that is the solution to opening the door, which I'm sure exists. So Rena is not that one. We have to run around a little bit to look for the correct one. That's the farmer. That is not the one with the garden hoe. There's that one. Okay, Rena doesn't exist, so we aren't able to... Oh wait, it was this one I started with. Whoops. Alright, so we do one there. And then the next one is the baker. Let's go look for the baker angel. There she is. Alright, number 3 is the farmer, which I think was this one over here. Number 4 is... I don't actually know what that is. Oh, I think it's the maid? Yeah, it's this maid one. So they seem to be kind of arranged in an order here. Number 5 is the one with the broom. Number 6 has the horse. Is that a horsewhip? Yeah, I think she's a jockey of some kind. And then the last one is the queenly looking one. Do we get it? Yeah, we did it. Oh, it's over here. Hey. All right, great. We solved that. I thought this was a secret door. Okay. I guess it's just suspicious looking. There we go. We got a cool passage downwards. Ooh, and a big room. I was not expecting this. Skull on the ground? Whose skull is that? Who's not been putting these skulls into their tombs? Their resting spots. Okay, so there's an arrow pointing down that way. I'm gonna check this out first. The Angel of Death, it would seem. Underground map. Yeah, okay. We've seen the full map, so this doesn't have much value to me. Can't light anything here? Wow, big place. Neat. And through here... Oh, this door! Ah! How do I open it? That's the door in the reservoir area. I didn't even think of that being for the tomb. But now what? There's an arrow. Can I light the candles, extinguish the torches? I do have the torch for the candle lighting thing. Oh, hey. There you go. Pull down on his big scythe. There we go. Excellent. Well, now we have another pathway in. Through the tomb. Of course, you would have to draft the tomb in order to get through here, I guess. But there you have it. Oh, wait a second. What happens if we don't draft the tomb and we come down through here? Ooh. We might have to test that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I think that might be all we do for today. I guess there's some more coins. Oh, we had to buy the moon pendant. Right. That's not all we'll do for today. Let's run on up. Quickest way to the showroom. We can just go through the hall. Well, it's quite a walk, isn't it? Oh, the observatory. I did want to go to the observatory. I know I'm wasting time. Sorry. What was up with... Hang on. Her drawing of multiple rooms. I don't see multiple rooms in there. I do wonder whether she was... I don't know if she was like talking about the tomb itself because that has exits. Or maybe a new plan was added to our draft pool, but I would... for the outer room. But I would think that if it was, then it would have told us that. Alright, observatory. Oh, treasure map. When did we pick up a treasure? Oh, that's a telescope. Okay. Alright, we get these things again. The twins. Oh, I guess we have a pair of chests to open. Diamonds, walking, all that stuff. Farmer's apple happening again? Get extra steps with the silver spoon and everything. Yeah, we really have the resources to do whatever we like. It's pretty good. I feel quite strong with all this meta progression. Man, we got to the mailroom, read tons of information. We absolutely want to connect the laboratory to the boiler room now that I know what to do with that. Moon pendant, thank you. And, yeah, the mirror. I'm curious to do the Chamber of Mirrors again and see whether it lets us find more rooms. We definitely need to get the power hammer. We now know that there's a brick wall here in the weight room. I think I had made a note of that before. Like I just noticed, hey, that brick wall looks a little bit different, but then I forgot about it. The green room also has a... The greenhouse, sorry, also has a brick wall to break. Yeah, lots to do. Lots to do. Let's call it a day there, though. Oops. Click on that button. And we will explore more tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. The Garden Chateau of the Dead. Very fitting with the tomb.